Imaduck coming at you from the top of Mauna Kea in Hawaii. And when you're trapped on top of a volcano, what better thing is there to do than play some Modern? So once again, I'm preparing for the Pro Tour here, and I'm just trying to test out some Modern decks. I've been playing with this build of USA Delver a bit, and I must say I like it a good bit better than the combo pod that I was playing previously. This is just kind of more the style of deck that I like. I won't talk about it too much. I forget where I got this specific deck list, but it's one of these builds that runs Tribal Flames, so it's sort of the all-in aggro build, Step Links, Tribal Flames. You really are an aggro deck in this deck. You're not so much a control deck. Remand just buys you a little bit of tempo, but it's just aggro, 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 aggro. Anyway, we should be getting started in just a minute or two here with a daily event. So we'll see how this deck runs. Alright, here I am, round 1, playing against Mr. Monopoly. This hand looks reasonable. It has a Step Links and a Fetch Land even, and some Burn and a Remand. So I'm cool with all of these things, so I'm not going to maul them. Unfortunately, we are playing second. We always want to play first with this deck. And we are playing against Merfolk, which I found to be a pretty good matchup, because Merfolk really relies on them having their lords, and I'm going to play this and get a blue-white land. I still haven't totally figured out how... I still haven't totally figured out exactly which lands you want to get at every point yet. It's tricky. There's so many lands you can always search up, but definitely pick this land, come into play untapped. You know, especially with Tribal Flames in my hand, you always want to maximize the land types you have out here. But I was saying, yeah, so the matchup against Merfolk tends to be pretty good because they kind of just really depend on their lords, and we have a million lightning bolts that kill all their lords. So, yeah. Sure, beat in for 1. Awesome. Alright, so this turn, I can play land, swing, fetch. The question is, do I want to leave it untapped so I can remand something? Do I just want to Serum Visions this turn? I think I'm just going to Serum Visions this turn, which means I should probably just do it now. Because I can always Lightning Bolt or whatever I need to do next turn. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Serum Visions. I mean, I guess I could have worried about his Curse Catcher, but really, if he wants to sacrifice it there, I'm fine with that. We've got enough burn in our hand, so we don't actually need... Why do I always do this? So, I should have fetched before casting Serum Visions. I always think of Serum Visions as Career Day, and then I don't think about the... You know, then usually, or Ponder really, and then it's usually not as important what you do with your fetch lands. But, of course, that's not true here. So anyway, we're going to lose both of these, so it doesn't really matter. But that's okay, because we drew another fetch land, so actually I wanted both of those in the bottom. It's just something I get used to, I'm sorry. I haven't played with fetch lands in Standard for a while. It's been a while since they've been in Standard, and that's what I usually play, so, you know. Alright, anyway, that actually wasn't a big flub, because I really wanted both of those on the bottom. I will go ahead and fetch, but I will put it into play tapped. Here, what do I need more than anything else? I think I'm going to get a red blue. Well, I've got the Tribal Flames in hand, so I guess I get the red green land. Or the red black land. I guess I get the red black land. No, I'm not going to do life. Alright. So anyway, slight flub there. But Step Links is beating down, as he does. The Merfolk deck doesn't seem to run a lot of removal. They sometimes have paths if they're running the white build, which this guy is. That's a little annoying. Maybe there's a reason to keep that Blood Crypt untapped, but not really, because the amount of damage it caused would have been the same as keeping that Blood Crypt untapped. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Excuse me. I want to play Step Links and Bolt and put a land into play tapped, I think. Or alternatively, I could Helix. So, I mean, obviously this guy's gonna die. Problem is he's got a Mutavault coming out here. So maybe play Step Links. Yeah, okay. So I think the play is play Step Links. Play Misty. Attack with the guy who's not summoning sick. Bolt this guy. And then if he does something that I need to bolt next turn, I will. They don't have... They occasionally have things that they make you do to make you want to bolt things on their turn, or, you know, that you want to cast your bolt on your own turn. Yeah, we'll see. Their best card against you is the Glass Spinner. You know, it's the one that makes you, when it comes in, you have to shoot a removal spell at it. There are 2 removal spells at any of their creatures to kill them. That card's pretty frustrating to play around because you know, removal is your kind of your key here, and yeah, it kind of screws you up. Really? I mean, I'm cool with that. I am down with the clown. Oh, yeah, path. Sure. So now I'm gonna go ahead and bolt Silvergill Adept. So I didn't think he had the path there, but he did. Alright. He can sack his Curse Catcher if he wants, that's fine. That's all fine. I'm okay with all that. Yes, I'll find a land. I do like that this deck plays basics. Because, you know, a lot of decks right now don't play very many basics. We have 2, which means it's usually enough that you'll always get something off of path. Alright, so now we definitely want to Helix something. Obviously, if he's got Glass Spinner, I can cast it in response. Or if he's got anything that can deal with it. But I'm not... Sometimes they have weird stuff like Spell Pierce too, and I just want to make sure... I really got to make sure this Lightning Helix resolves. That being said... Not really in a good spot right now. I maybe should have played those removal spells in a different order. Because now I'm left in an awkward spot because I can't put any pressure on him with Step Links because I don't have these lands. Excuse me. I can't play Geist here because I use my 1 cost removal spells. So that's tricky. That is definitely something you always have to think about. So I think I've got to actually Tribal Flames the Silvergill Adept, which is unfortunate because it's such an aggressive card. I don't have much of a choice. But if I do that, then I can Lightning Helix the Mutavault, one of the Mutavaults, and I'm in pretty good shape. Firewall Flames is a sorcery, so had to do it on my turn. Again, stinks because I have the colors now, so that could have been a 2-mana Lava Axe. But I'm just not putting enough pressure on him. I'm getting a little bit behind, or well, a good bit behind here, actually. Now, this is really bad for us. That was like run perfect for him. Because now I have my mana for Lightning Helix, but I do need to gain that life this turn. This is really bad for us. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I gained that life this turn. That was important. Alright. So Misty means I can beat down for 4. And then I can play Geist to Saint Trap this turn, not keeping up her man. I think that's okay. Except he can attack with both of his Mutavaults next turn. Yeah, this is kind of, this is a pretty tough spot, and it's not looking great for us. So instead, I think the play is I play the Misty, play the Geist, and sit. And that way I can block his Mutavault at any point. And barring him drawing yet another path, I'll be alright. I should be checking what he's revealing. I'm assuming that card, yep. Sure. So that costs him 2, so I can remand that. It's going to put me to 1, but that's okay. That's what I got to do at this point. You know, and I could be misplaying the sequence of plays here, but I figured I should remand that because then now he can't attack me with both Mutavaults this turn, and that's pretty good. Of course, drawing the Geist here makes that slightly worse, because... yeah. Actually, it's still okay. So if he replays that guy, then attacks with... he's going to image my Geist. Sure. And his turn, sure. Okay. I mean, we're really in trouble this game, unfortunately, but I'm going to see what we can do to win it here. But the problem is he's always got these 2 Mutavaults. And, actually, I think we're just dead, because, I forgot. That guy gives a... I'm dumb. So the other Lord actually gives... Island Walk, doesn't it? Yeah, so we're just dead, actually. We'll see if he knows that. Yeah, I forgot that Lord gives Island Walk, too. That is the other big thing they have against us. If this Island Walk gets going, then they just get us killed. Yeah, just kill him. Gotcha. Cool. Alright. Okay, sideboard. So here's what I really don't like about this deck, is the sideboard is terrible. Not much more to say about it than that. Basically, there's this whole Gifts Ungiven Unburial Rites plan, and the idea is a lot of decks can't deal with, like, Elish Norn or Sphinx of the Steel Wind, and that's cool and all, except number one, a lot of decks can deal with them. Path is in this format, and whatever. A lot of decks do have counter spells, or, you know, like Spell Pierce or something that could totally blow out this plan. And it's incredibly slow, and your games are often over by turn 5 in this format. So I really don't like this plan, and I think, you know, I'm still sticking to the stock list because I'm still checking it out, but I think that's going to be one of the main things I change. Because it takes up like half your sideboard and does nothing in most matchups. As far as our other cards, okay, we've got some decent artifact removal. I don't care about it in this matchup. We've got relics that aren't relevant in this matchup. We've got lingering souls that I could maybe see siding in, but not really. Actually, I think I'll probably side them in for 2 Remands, because Remand just isn't very good in this matchup. But that's about it. Like, I just find myself so often siding in